Stan, you want to go for a ride? So welcome back everyone, Mike here. This evening, Stanley and I are out here in the woods gathering up some firewood. We're getting ready for the big split, that's what we're calling it. I'm trying to get as many firewood rounds back in the yard as possible, and then this weekend sometime, we're going to see exactly how much firewood we can produce in 1 hour with the Wolf Ridge Compact Commercial Splitter. But that's not what tonight's video is about. Tonight's video is about Stanley. Now, if you've been following our channel for a while, I'm sure you've seen Stanley on different occasions here and there. He's the oldest of our 3 golden retrievers. And if you follow us on Instagram or on our Facebook page, you'll see Stanley all the time. Melissa does a really good job on both of those. She posts pictures every day. There's tons of comments and a whole bunch of people from all over the world, all kind of with the same interests. But she'll do like Instagram stories, just kind of going about her day, you know, taking care of the chickens. She takes the dogs for a walk every day. And Stanley is always a topic of discussion. And that is because Stanley's always on a leash. Or he's like enclosed in the cab of the Ranger here. And people, a lot of people that don't know him, you know, try to give him the benefit of the doubt. And they're like, hey, let Stanley off the leash for a little bit. He'll be fine. He won't run away. Believe me, Stanley does whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He just doesn't care. He loves going for rides. All you have to say is ride or walk, and he's ready to go. But I'm telling you, this dog here, Stanley, he has run away literally every time he was either off a leash or the gate was open at the house. And it's kind of a win-win for him. And the reason he does it is this. He knows he loves going for rides, so he'll take off. He goes and visits the neighbor dogs or does whatever. And it wouldn't be a big deal, but there's roads around here and things over by the house, and the last thing we'd want, you know, would be for him to get hit with a car or something. But he knows when he takes off that we're going to come pick him up in the Ranger, so it's kind of a win-win for Stanley. So we have to really keep our eye on him. Now the other two, Piper and Ruger, they won't run off on their own, but if Stanley takes off, they'll follow him. And that's happened a couple times. One time it was bad. I mean, we were scared. Someone left the gates open by accident. We look out, all the dogs are gone. And so it was kind of all hands on deck. You know, everybody's out looking for the dogs. And we left Eva at the house. Come here, Stan. We left Eva at the house to call us in case, you know, they came back. And everyone's looking all over the place. And you know, they came walking from across the road up out of this valley. And it was just a muddy, sloppy mess. And I mean, they were just covered in mud. But the other two would never go unless Stanley does. I've got pictures of him on trail camera when he got away, but Stanley definitely makes his rounds. On Instagram the other day, Melissa actually had a poll up there where you could vote, would Stanley run away or not? And I think it's 62% now believe that Stanley would, 38% believe he would not. I'm 100% sure that he would. And you know, we've had golden retrievers forever, and we have 3 of them now. And this one here, Stan, he just does whatever he wants. He does. I mean, I think he just looks at it like, I'm the oldest, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and that's all there is to it. But we try to keep him happy and try to keep him around. That's the big thing. And so on nights like this, I figured I'd bring him out here in the woods. I'll load up some firewood. We'll go back to the house, and the other 2 dogs, they're worried right now. Whenever, you know, one of them gets to leave and the other 2 don't, kind of the end of the world for them. But we're gonna gather up some firewood here and head back. I forgot that I Had the log ox in the bed. This maple here is from a blowdown. It was in the last video. I'll put it up above. It was hung up in a tree pretty bad. As you can see, we got it out of there. I also did a video the other day on the log ox 3-in-1 forestry tool, and I forgot to mention, as much as I've used this, I have never had a firewood round drop out of it while using it as a lifter. I just heard a deer snort at me somewhere down here. I think Stanley heard him too. Did you hear that deer, Stanley? Did you hear it? Nice load of maple there. The other day I mentioned in a video about these two great horned owls that I keep hearing around here. They're over on the other hill again. I heard them a few minutes ago. Hear those owls again? But anyway, a lot of people have been asking, where's all our snow? And that's a very good question. This morning, when I got up to go to work, we had about 3 inches of snow. It's almost all gone again. Now, Sunday, we're supposed to get, I don't know, 3 or 4, 8 inches. Who knows what we're going to get. But they're calling for more snow Sunday. But this has been a really strange winter here in western Pennsylvania. You know, normally it'll get cold and stay cold for a while, and you'll get some snow and it'll stick around for a while. Not this year at all. We'll get some snow. It warms up, it rains, it's all gone, and it just gets cold again, snows, and just kind of repeats that process. But it's been kind of a rough winter to get in and out of the woods with the tractors, which is why I've been using the Ranger quite a bit. Now next week it looks like it's supposed to be cold all week, which I think I'm kind of excited about, because the way I see it is this. We're getting into March now. I think it's March 1st today. It would be just great to have, you know, 2 or 3 weeks of cold weather. I don't care how much snow we get. Freezing cold would be fantastic, and then just like warm up to 60 degrees and we'll be like cutting grass and things will be getting green in no time. But you know, we can only hope. I mean, if I had any say in the matter, that's what it would be. But anyway, back to Stanley here. Hey Stan, you have anything you want to say? You got nothing. I'm sure the majority of the people that watch this channel have dogs of their own. If you do, let me know in the comments, you know, what kind of dog you have, and if they stick around the house, or if they're runners like this guy here. I'm just curious. And if you've ever been able to break a dog at doing that. We have had no luck with Stanley at all. If he has a chance, he gone. Now, one last thing before I wrap this up. We are way behind on answering Facebook messages and emails, but tomorrow morning I'm going to get up real early and I'm going to try to get caught up on a bunch of them. So if you have any questions or something that you want to send them to outdoorsatthemorgans@gmail.com, or you can message us on our Facebook page, and I'm going to do my best tomorrow to knock a bunch of them out. We used to do really well with that, but it gets overwhelming, and it's just kind of hard to keep up with. And we get to read them all, and I'll, you know, be like, I'm going to go back and respond to these 10, and then you end up leaving for work or something, and it never happens. But I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. We appreciate all the comments though, and the emails and the messages. There's a lot of very nice, supportive people out there, and we really appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun with this channel. No idea where it's going to go. You know, we don't really have a plan. We're just keep moving forward, and that's all you can do. But anyway, like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.